Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. Today we're talking about all the changes that are coming to Walt Disney World in regards to Disability Access Service Pass, also known as DAS. Disney made a lot of announcements this week, and one of them was that change is coming to DAS Pass. Disney is cracking down on everyone who abuses this system that is intended for people who have disabilities. So now let's talk about what is not changing between now and May 19th of 2024. You will still be able to register for DAS 30 days out before your first park day, but no later than 2 days before your trip. You will still be able to do your 2 advanced pre-selections, and the only minor difference is that DAS is now available only for 30 days instead of 60 days, but I think that is to accommodate the changes that are coming. So they're just cutting it to 30 days, which I don't think is a deal breaker really for anyone at this point. Before we go any further into this video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Anna. On this channel I share lots of Disney adventures with my 2 sons. One of my sons does have special needs, and we have been utilizing DAS Pass for many years. So on this channel I try to educate you guys and share tips and tricks that we have learned along the way using DAS, so that way you can have a great experience when you go to Disney World yourself. Disney's website has definitely been updated in the DAS section. If you want to read everything in great detail, I will have it linked down below. Definitely check it out. Let's talk about what we know. As of now, it seems that Disney is going to be really tailoring the DAS Pass towards guests who have developmental disabilities such as autism and similar. Words straight from their website. We don't know much of anything else for people who have other disabilities or people who have other invisible disabilities. There's just not much information. Rumor has it that other accommodations for people who have other disabilities, for people who have invisible disabilities, other accommodations will be available. What they are, I don't know. Disney hasn't made any further announcement. We do know that registration in person with a cast member will no longer be available come May 20th of 2024. 2 options you will have is to pre-register in advance, the same how we've been doing, and or if you didn't know about that option, or maybe you have kind of like a last minute trip, it seems that they will have iPads and they will direct you to that, and you will then have a live video chat with a cast member from within the park. But you'll no longer be able to register with a cast member face to face in guest relations. I hope that makes sense. Again, all this information is available out there, so you can definitely just Google it, go to Disney's website and read it for yourself. It has also been announced that DAS will now be valid for 120 days. I think that's a great upgrade, and you know, if you have a couple of trips coming up, you know that you don't have to stress about calling them, registering, and your pass is valid for 120 days. So I think that is definitely a great little upgrade that we are getting. Disney has also stated on their website that during your pre-registration for DAS, if Disney comes to find out that you are making false claims, that you're making false statements in regards to your disability, they will ban you for life from Disney parks, and you won't be able to enter. And if you have any passes, if you have season passes, if you're a pass holder, all of those will be completely lost and not refunded. So don't lie, definitely don't provide any false information, don't get yourself banned, because that's a life ban and Disney does not play around with that. Disney has also announced that going forward from May 20th of 2024, the number of guests will shrink who are eligible to be on the DAS Pass. So before it was the person who's requesting the DAS and 5 guests, Now it's going to be the person who's requesting DAS and 3 people. So you will have 4 people in total. But I don't think you should really worry about that, because Disney has clearly stated that if you do have a larger immediate family, they will approve that on case-to-case basis. He has also mentioned that there's going to be accommodations for guests, I guess, with other disabilities or other invisible disabilities that require them to possibly leave the line and come back. There's not much information available at this point in regards to that, so once we hear more, I will definitely be back to make another video and provide more information. But that is probably going to be one of the accommodations that they're going to be offering, because that's kind of like what I'm getting. It's that, you know, they're going to determine how, and I don't even want to say it, but like, forgive me, honestly, like, please, it's affecting everybody in one way or another, but I guess how severe the disability is and what accommodations Disney is going to offer you if they can't offer you a DAS pass. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. You know, there are so many rumors currently going around about the changes that Disney is making to Disability Access Service Pass, and they include that Disney will require paperwork. Disney is going to use the same system that Universal Studios is using. Disney is hiring a third party. Disney is no longer inclusive. I mean, just so much misinformation, so much rumors. We don't have full details on anything, so my recommendation is to reach out to Disney if you need to, but definitely just kind of sit tight and wait for them to make the announcement. Do I think this was a great idea on Disney's part to make this announcement in April, in the middle of spring break for so many people, leading into summer vacation for so many people? I definitely think it was the wrong time. I think they should have given everyone more time and possibly made an announcement, you know, that hey, changes are coming, but everything will be announced throughout this year, and official changes are gonna come, you know, say as of January 1st, 2025. So that way people had more time and just figure out everything. So I don't know, it's definitely kind of like up in the air, but just wait. So many people have so many negative things to say. Disney has always been so inclusive and so accommodating for guests who have disabilities. I just can't imagine that they're just going to put a hard stop to everything. I can't imagine. You know, I feel like this probably came full circle for Disney, and it kind of like bit them in the back. My son has been using DAS Pass since he was probably 3 years old, but we technically didn't use DAS Pass back when we had free fast passes, because obviously back then my kids were much smaller. My little one who utilizes DAS was a small little boy, and our trips looked very different. But having those 3 fast passes that you were able to reserve in advance and then book one at a time once you were in Disney was enough. It was enough. And we utilized our time properly. We saw shows, parades, we ate, we went back to the room. Like, it was perfect. And then they took that away. And I really believe that those people who used the fast passes, who might have had all sorts of disabilities, but it was enough for them, just like it was enough for us. It was enough. Like, there was no, let's try to maximize our day, let's do this, let's do this. Like, it was just so different. And I think it was enough for people not to apply for DAS or not use DAS so much. Because if you already had 3 fast passes and then you could book one at a time, and then, you know, you did apply for your Disability Access Service Pass and maybe you used it once or twice, but that was it, you know? And now the wait times are so long. And I think it's also an issue with people who are purchasing Genie Plus, because those people want, you know, like faster service, and you're not getting it because the standby lines are insane. And then you have people who are utilizing DAS, people who are utilizing lightning lanes, and individual lightning lanes are all going into one line. And if the ride breaks down, forget it, we're waiting for a long time. All of that to say, of course, there's a major abuse going on of Disability Access Service Pass. You hear it, you wait in line, you wait in restaurants, people giggle about it, people like high-five each other like, hey, yeah, we beat the system. And of course, then it affects people like us and people like my son, who has a disability, who has a valid disability, and who relies on using Disability Access Service Pass in Walt Disney World in order to go. If they take this pass away, I will be the first one to tell you, we will not be able to go. Like, we will not be able to go, because it is impossible for my child to go to Disney without a Disability Access Service Pass. Now, should Disney require documentation about a disability, about your disability? I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, I feel okay about it, because I don't mind providing information in regards to my son's disability to a place like that, because he has a disability. And just name the year and I will provide it. We go to Sesame Place. We live in New York City. It's in Pennsylvania. And years ago, it was just like, hey, we have a disability, and they gave you a little pass. Now, I don't remember what's the name of that system, but it's the same one that Universal is using. So I will put it right over here. It requires you to submit information and submit a doctor's note. There's nothing crazy about it. It just says the information that is needed, straight to the point. And so we do have that as well for my son. I don't know, guys. We have to wait and see when Disney makes more announcements and talk about it and figure it out then. But I just don't think that they're going to put a hard stop to everything and disregard everybody else who have other disabilities other than developmental and autism like disabilities. You know what I mean? I just don't think they will do that. Disney is inclusive. So don't fall for all the rumors. No one has accurate information, because Disney hasn't publicly released anything other than what is on their website. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to start a conversation down below in regards to Disability Access Service Pass, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. Leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.